Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut Craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. Today we're going to talk about how to fix SVG files. You'll get some of them that are really hard to work with, like the one on the left-hand side, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make it a simple, easy cut and turn it into the one on the right-hand side. So let's go over to Design Space so that I can show you guys how easy this is to do. We're going to start out in Design Space, and this is a super easy thing to do, but it does take a little bit of practice and a little bit of knowledge as far as using weld, slice, and contour. But I'm going to show you guys how to take this file that, if you look at the Layers tab, looks absolutely insane, and make it really easy to work with and layer. The first thing I want to show you is that if you have a file like this and you click on Make It, you're going to see that it is going to be a very jumbled up mess. So each of his little pieces is going to cut and not hold its place, so it's very difficult to layer, and he's very sliced out. You'd have to line up every layer exactly perfect, and that can be really hard to do. And you'll also see that there's these little teeny tiny pieces, and I don't know where those are or what they go to. So what we're going to do is go ahead and I'm going to show you how to fix him. So our first step and the absolute first thing that you want to do is click on the otter, and you're going to duplicate him. I'm going to move this guy off to the side, and we are just going to hide him really quick. And the reason we're doing that is because we are going to use him for something. But the first thing that we're going to do is just leave him alone, because he is going to be the base of our otter. But the first thing that we need to do over here is to ungroup everything, which is going to be an utter pain. And I would love to lie to you and tell you that it wasn't going to be, but it is. Because they group everything and it makes no sense the way they group them. So you just need to find each group of the items that are part of your otter, and you want to make sure you're using the otter that you can see. So make sure that the eyeball is not crossed out like it is on these ones, and then just double check that you have ungrouped your entire otter. The next thing that we are going to do is go ahead and move him around. So I'm going to move the glasses out of the way, and I didn't want to move that. I'm trying to move the glasses. I don't mind if I move the brown because we're actually going to get rid of that, but what I want are these darn glasses, and they are very difficult to grab because apparently they have moved them all the way to the back. So what I'm going to do is click on the glasses over in the Layers tab, and I'm going to send them to the front so that I can easily grab them. They're very much in my way. I don't need them, and I'm going to move them. So I'm going to put this guy back over here just for now, just to hold a place. So we can just move these aside. Don't get rid of them, but we are going to use them again. The next thing that I want to do is get rid of all of these light tan pieces because we don't need them. So we'll just go ahead and delete them all. And I know this seems super counterproductive, but I promise you this is going to work out beautifully. The next thing that I want to do is take all these little pieces that are his nose and his mouth, and I'm going to weld them together. So we're going to hit Control, and I'm going to grab the mouth and the two eyes and weld them. The reason I do this is it just gives us a little bit less of a piece to work with, and it's a little less crazy, and it's just one piece then instead of three. We are going to take this little brown part, and I can see that this guy has kind of a weird dot. So I'm going to try to find that weird dot, which was this one. We do not need the weird dot. You can get rid of it. If you see any other little tiny weird spots that you're kind of questioning as to what they are, just click on them and it'll show you what piece they belong to. And that helps you find any other strange little cuts. Like, see this? It's so tiny. There's no point in it cutting. So I'm just going to delete it. It doesn't do us any good. There's a couple of those little teeny tiny spots, and we can leave them for the most part, but if they're hanging out by themselves, you want to delete them. The next thing we need to do is, now that we have all of our brown by itself, I'm going to select all the brown. You can do this either by clicking on the Layers tab and holding Control and clicking each brown part, or in this case, I'm just going to draw a square around it so that I make sure I grab all of it, and I am going to weld it. So now you'll see that your little brown guy is just one piece. So he's really, really easy to use. He's got the brown part, the glasses, and his eyes. Now, we need to re-see this guy over here. And note, he is still grouped, and they match up. You can hold them together. They're just fine. So what we'll do with this guy is we're actually just going to click on Weld, and it's going to turn him tan. Now, remember that little tiny spot I told you about? It's right there, but we don't want that, so I want to make sure that I contour it out. So you click on contour and find the little hole and you just click on it. And what it does is it fills it all the way in. Now, keep in mind, I don't really want to cut the paws out of both the tan and the brown because there's not really a need to. So you can just go back in and contour and you're going to click on his paws and his paws are going to disappear. We want to make sure that this is our back layer so that we can just make sure everything looks right. So you can either take it in your layers tab and drag it all the way down so that it's under everything. You can right click and click send to back, or you can click it over here and click send to back. So I'm going to move his brown part over and I'm just going to show you guys that it lines up and it looks really, really good. And we'll just grab his eyeballs. These I always have to realign after I put the glasses on. I can never quite get them lined up without the glasses. So we'll get those glasses lined up. And then I'm going to move his nose just a little bit because his nose is a little funky. His nose is in a little bit of a weird spot. So we'll just make sure that's good. And I think he looks pretty well lined up, nothing too crazy. And now when you click on Make It, you'll see that we have all of his pieces parts held where they need to be. So his eyes and his nose are lined up. This is going to be the back part where you line everything up on. And then this is our brown part, which has our glasses. It has the little nose pieces and everything is held in place so you don't have to try to piece it together on your design. I hope you guys had fun and learned a little bit of something on how to fix some of those crazy files that you may get off of Etsy, you may get from a friend, you may find just about anywhere on the internet. You may find a file that is just a mess. And this is just a way to make it easier to layer for you and easier to work with. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I am always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. Make sure you check out my group linked below. We do a lot of fun stuff over there. I have a lot of fun exclusives coming for you guys, and we just get to know each other and have nice, fun chats. I hope you guys had a great time. Have a great day and happy crafting.